Thank you all for coming. Let's pray. Thank you, God. Thank you because we are here today. Thank you for this year because we learn new things about you and have good grades and can go to high school. Thank you that we are all here to celebrate and can go to high school. In your name, amen.
Welcome to Northwest Christian School 2023 8th grade graduation. I can sit down now. It is so nice to see all of you here in support of this amazing class, and they are an amazing class. I'm speaking from a place of biasness this year, unlike other years, but this really is an amazing class, and I'm really proud of them. But thank you, parents, grandparents, aunts, uncles, friends. They're an amazing class because you're here. And I don't just mean here tonight. Yes, you've shown up to support them tonight, but you've been here for them all along. Thank you so much for that. And class of 2023, you're here tonight, and tonight actually marks the last page of a chapter of your life, a very long chapter, one of the longest academic chapters. I like to remind the classes of 8th grade that you have completed 9 years of elementary school, starting in kindergarten, 10 years if you went to pre-K, 11 years if you went to preschool. And never again, not high school, not college, not postgraduate, not even law or medical training, will you ever have an 11-year stretch again. This marks the last page of a long chapter of your life, but not to fear, because the story of your life, the book of your life, has many, many more chapters, beautiful chapters to author. Welcome. Welcome to that page of your life.
Hello everyone, my name is Annika Smith, and I will be sharing our class verse, which is Proverbs 16:3. Commit to the Lord whatever you do, and He will establish your plans. We chose this verse as a class because we believe that if you trust in God and give Him your heart, He will lead you on a good path.
Our class motto is, the hardest battle you will face in life is to be no one but yourself, in a world which is trying its hardest to make you like everyone else. We chose this motto because we thought it showed the hard truth of life, that we should be unique rather than changing ourselves to fit in with others.
Our class aim is to work for a cause, not for applause. This means that we want to do our best to make the world a better place for others than it was for us, but not focus on the attention that will get us.
Good day, NCS. For our orchestra's special music, we have a group consisting of Riley Johnson, Emma Matson, Sarah Jane Hohen, Annika Smith, Deandra McClear, and me, Braden Ellis. We will be playing Canon in D with a modern twist. The song we will be playing with Canon in D is Memories by Maroon 5. This song will surely have some of our classmates reminisce on old memories. For our next song, we have a band group consisting of Elise Gendro, Annika Smith, Riley Hetzer, Madison Hanson, Branson Smith, and William Brown. They will be playing Go the Distance. This song will possibly show you how far we have gotten in our musical journey and how far we've gone in our personal lives as well.
We are now going to play a video with thank you messages to our parents and family. Parents, you guys all rock and are super cool, and we hope that you know we wouldn't be here without you. Like literally, you gave birth to us. So, we hope, hopefully none of you ground your kids after this. Anyways, thank you and enjoy the video.
Hey Mom, thank you for always listening and understanding me. I know how hard you work to be the glue in this family, so I thank you for that. Dad, thank you. Ryder, no, I'm joking. Thanks, Dad, for teaching me how to be successful and having good work ethic. If it wasn't for you, I wouldn't have as much knowledge as I do. Ryder, don't let this go to your head, but you have given me much more confidence to try something like a new trick or to play a sport. And to all my other family, thank you for everything you've done for me. And goodbye.
Hola mamá y papá y Lucas, los quiero mucho y gracias por haberme metido a esta escuela, gracias por pagar mis estudios y gracias por hacerme los almuerzos para la escuela y gracias por ayudarme en mis proyectos y tareas de la escuela. Los quiero mucho. Bye.
Mom and Dad, thank you so much for sending me to a Christian school. Thank you for helping me through rough times and also helping me do my work. Also, thank you for everything you've given me. Hannah, thank you for being the best sister ever. Thank you for playing with me and cheering me up when I am down. Grandma and Grandpa, thank you for spoiling me with everything. Thank you for being such amazing grandparents. Thank you for doing Pathfinders for me. Grandma Great, thank you for holding on to life so you could come to this. Thank you for all the great memories we've made together. Thank you for all the cookies you've made. Ben and Kalia, there are so many things that we've done that I would rather not say. Thank you so much for being there and for playing with me and roughhousing. You're the best cousins ever. Thank you.
Dear Mom and Dad, I want to thank you both for always giving me everything I need and giving me support every day. Always looking what is the best for me in life. I want to thank you for helping me on homework when I need help and for helping me do some school projects and for teaching me new things every day. If I'm here, it's all because of you both. Thank you, Andrew, for sitting with me at the table while I was doing homework so I wouldn't be alone. Thank you, Mom and Dad. I love you. Bye.
Dear Mom, I would like to thank you for getting me to this school and cooking good food and also putting up with my weirdness sometimes. And Dad, I want to thank you for helping me with math even though you got it wrong sometimes, along with teaching me how to do some more mechanical or technical things. To my wonderful sister, Micaiah, I want to thank you for being there when I was down or just dealing with my shenanigans. And to my grandparents, I want to thank you guys for helping my parents put me in this school and also supplying funds for some fundraisers. And thank you for coming to some of my school activities. Love y'all. Bye.
Hi, Mom and Dad and family. As I look back on my years at NCS, I want to say thank you to everyone who has supported me. Thank you, Mom and Dad, for giving me the chance to attend this school. Thank you for supporting me financially so I can be at my best potential. Thank you for all the hard work you both do for me. Thank you for the rides to school in the morning and always being able to help me at home with homework. Thank you for the abundant time you spend with me and for me. Thank you for always letting me attend after-school activities and helping me grow socially with my friends. Thank you both for allowing me to have a relationship with God and helping me get closer to Him. I love you both, and I super appreciate all that you do for me. I am so thankful you are my parents. To Drew, Zach, Julie, and Caroline, thank you for being such amazing siblings. Thank you for taking time to come to school events, concerts, games, and more. I'm very thankful to have you all. Thank you so much. Hi, Nana and Bupa. Thank you for helping me in my school career. Thank you for helping me financially with school. Thank you for coming to every concert, music program, Pathfinder event, and always showing up for me. Thank you for helping me in my fundraisers and always being willing and able to help. I'm very lucky to have such wonderful grandparents like you. and I'm so grateful you are in my life. Bye. Love you all.
Hi, Mom and Dad. I'm graduating. I know you had your doubts, but I did it, and all thanks to the support of you. I wouldn't be able to do all my fun extracurricular activities without you guys, and I've learned to always try new things because you guys would always push me just a little out of my comfort zone and have me do things I wouldn't normally do. And thanks to that, I have so many things that inspire me now. I would also like to thank my brothers Jason and Colby. You have taught me to have patience and to be nice. You are always there to make me laugh or cheer me up when I'm sad, and you always came to cheer me on during my sports events or performances, and I may not say it often, but I'm very thankful for that. I would also like to thank all my family members for always being there to congratulate me, and I would also like to thank my friends. You're always there to help me when I fall behind in school or to give me some encouraging words when things are hard. I don't know how I would get through Pathfinder campouts without them, or just life in general. Oh, and thank you, Mr. Darren, for that one time when my parents forgot me at the lake house and you remembered me. Okay, adios.
I want to start by thanking you for everything. You gave me so much love and always gave me the best chance in life. I have many memories of us going for walks, enjoying our time together, playing around, and laughing. I want to also thank you for giving me a Christian education. It gave me so many friends who will last a lifetime. Next, Connor. I have good memories of us playing together and talking about life. While we don't always get along, you will always be my brother. Grandma and Grandpa, you were always there to bring joy into my life. I have good memories of us playing in the sand on the beach and sitting around the campfire roasting marshmallows. Finally, Uncle, Cassie, Lex, and Evelyn. You guys are always around in the summer to hang out for the day or stay over for the night, play games, or go for bike rides. I will never forget the good times I spent with all of you.
Thank you, Mom and Dad. Mom, you have always been there for me even when you're tired and I give you a hard time. You always remind me that I have to go above and beyond for everything I do, telling me to always put God first and helping me to become a better person. You have taught me what it means to be faithful in all the plans God has in store for me. Dad, thank you for all the sacrifices you have given. You work overseas every 4 months just so that my brothers and I can have a Christian education, food to eat, and a house to live in. I know that I don't say thank you every time you're on a call with us or whenever you're at home. I know that I have made quite a few big mistakes, but I always learn from them because of you and your truthful comments. Nanay at Tatay, maraming salamat sa pagsama sa akin. Lagi mo akong binibigyan ng advice at mahal na mahal ko kayong dalawa. Laking pasasalamat ko sa katotohanan na nandito kayong dalawa ngayong gabi. Gabriel Nathaniel, my little brothers, thank you for always listening to me whenever I need someone to talk to. You boys are the best brothers I could ever have. Thanks for thinking about me and always making me smile when I'm sad. Love you guys.
First of all, I'd like to say thank you to my parents for showing me so much of the world. Mom, I know you probably started crying 3 seconds into this. Thank you so much for pressuring me to do my homework. You're probably the reason I haven't failed. Also, thanks for driving me around everywhere. Dad, thanks for being sarcastic with me and watching Marvel movies with Derek and I. And thanks for all your weird work metaphors that taught me a couple things. Just a few. Also, you're still old. Thank you to my brother Derek as well. You're annoying a lot of the time and you barge into my room without knocking too much, but you're hilarious and always know the weather, which I admit is nice. Thank you for dragging me out of my room and into human society again. I'd also like to thank my extended family. You are all the best and I love you all. Those of you who came, thank you. I will also extend my thanks to my mother's Facebook friends. I've met like 5 of you, but you all probably know me better than I do at this point. Lastly, thank you to all the teachers I've had. You basically taught me everything I know, academically. The end.
Hello, thank you for all your support, for lending a shoulder when I need one. Thank you for helping me even when I didn't see it as help. Thank you for putting up with my drama and issues. Thank you for protecting even though I thought I didn't need protection. Thank you for giving up a whole different lifestyle just for me. Thank you for showing me how to do chores and teaching me that I'm not going to live with you and Dad forever, so I need to start being more helpful. Hi, Dad. Thank you for all your help with my projects and homework, even though we both know you didn't really understand what equations were that one time. Thank you for driving me to friends' houses or to the mall, even though you had other important things to do. Thank you for always going out with me when you knew I needed a break from school. Thank you for giving up so many jobs just so you would be closer to home. And thank you, Mom and Dad, for putting me in an Adventist education. Hi, Nicole and Grandma and Grandpa. Thank you, Nicole, for being an amazing sister. And thank you, everyone else, for supporting me in academics. And without you guys by my side, I don't know where I would be right now. But thank you for all you have done for me. Thank you all for your support and love you.
Hi, I want to say thank you to my mom for being in my life
and for taking care of me. Even when things were hard, you were there, and also helping me with my schoolwork. Also to my aunt when she came to America to help us out. I'd like to thank my siblings for also being in my life and maybe even knowing me from time to time. And of course, my teachers who have taught me most of what I know and also made school a bit more fun. But last but not least, my friends, both the ones I was close to or not close to, I'd like to thank them for making my life more fun. And to everyone I've mentioned, I can never fully express to you how grateful I am to have you in my life. Goodbye.
Hey, Mom and Don, don't cry, please. No, I'm serious. Stop. Anyways, I'm here to thank you guys for all you have done for me. Thank you, Mom, because without you, I would have not been able to do anything I've ever done or had as good as life as you have given me. Thank you, Don. Without your hard work and dedication to me, I would not have a great Christian education. Thanks for always giving me tons of laughs and for driving me places. Thank you, Dad, for always being there for me. When I had problems, you would always try to help me figure it out. Also, for my brothers and sisters, they always had faith in me that I could do great things, and I am very thankful for that. Thank you for everything, and a special thanks to you, Mom. You rock.
Hi, Mom and Dad. Thank you for everything. Thanks for supporting all of my ideas and whims. Mom, thanks for listening to all of my problems and helping with all of my projects. Dad, watching movies and geeking out about books is what I love doing with you, and thanks for helping with all my language arts homework that I never understood. Thank you for getting me my dream dog, even though you aren't fond of animals. Mackenzie and Marcus, I am glad you are my siblings, even if you annoy me sometimes. I love you all and appreciate all that you have done for me.
Hey, Mom and Dad, and Harrison, and family and friends. Mom, thank you so much for giving me so many good experiences and helping me grow academically and spiritually. You always helped me achieve the things I wanted to do, whether that was get a new book series or play Pokemon Go. Dad, thank you for all the amazing things you've taught me. The amount of things you know and could explain has always been so cool to me. You helped me expand what I know, ranging from video games to music. You really helped me discover my musical preferences. Harrison, thanks for being my brother. You have mastered the art of being a little brother, and we have had some awesome times together. I have loved having you in my life. Thank you all. Bye.
Our class song is called A Million Dreams, and the reason why I wrote this song is because of our interests and hopes and dreams for our future. Even if someone can know that maybe the next chapter, so let's go on. Please enjoy our class song.
I close my eyes. vision of the one I see. A million dreams, that's all it's gonna take. A million dreams for the world we're gonna make. There's a house we can build. Every room inside is filled with things from far away. Special things I compile. Each one's there to make you smile on a rainy day. They can say it all sounds crazy. They can say we've lost our minds. I don't care if they call us crazy. Run away to a world that we design. 'Cause every night I lie in bed, the brightest colors fill my head. A million dreams that's keeping me awake. I think of what the world could be, a vision of the one I see. A million dreams is all it's gonna take. Oh, a million dreams for the world we're gonna make.
Hey, dudes and dudettes. I mean, ladies and gentlemen, I'm Maddie Hansen, our class president.
And I'm Riley Johnson, our class vice president. We would like to start off by thanking our families, teachers, friends, school staff, and everyone else for attending. It means a lot that you're able to join us today.
And a special thanks to Miss Jill, Keeper of Knowledge, for not letting us go broke this year. When we were asked to write this speech, we were honestly kind of freaked out.
But our main motivation was the ice cream our teacher promised us if we got it done on time, and we did, so yeah.
So I would say we did a pretty good job on this.
We never expected graduation to come as quickly as it did. 1 minute, we were short third graders and learning multiplication tables, and the next we're in 8th grade learning the Pythagorean theorem.
But here we are. Along the way, each of us has had our own share of hardships, but it pays off to be here today.
Throughout our time at NCS, we've made great memories to last a lifetime. For example, when our teacher threw a smoothie across the room at me. You'll hear more about that later. I can't wait to start the next chapter of our lives, hopefully without getting blended fruit all over my shoes.
Some of us haven't even spent a year here. Shout out to Brody, and shout out to Mo, who sadly left us. While others have spent 11 whole years here, yet we act like we have known each other all our lives. We're like a big family.
Yes, a family that fights quite a bit.
Shout out to Keegan for always interrupting Miss M in class and asking random questions to drive our class crazy.
Just kidding. Distracting the teacher is the only thing that keeps the slides up long enough for me to take notes.
But in the end, being in a class with all these people has really taught us to appreciate one another.
Our class is diverse, and we all have different opinions about everything. That makes class just that much more interesting.
We've been through a lot this year, having to raise a bunch of money, having a teacher who broke literally everything imaginable, like her foot, her jaw, and car, tons of essays and projects, Alexia and I excel, and I'm sure at least half of us have pulled an all-nighter cramming for a test.
As well as raising eggs as children and having to deal with 9 check marks on a Friday afternoon.
But through it all, we have learned lessons that we will be using all throughout our lives.
Raising eggs and money has taught us responsibility. Essays and projects have helped us with our time management skills, at least for most of us, and check marks have taught us that our actions will impact others. Classroom jobs have taught us how to get things done quickly and efficiently. Even sitting in different places in the classroom has taught us to be adaptable and has allowed us to talk to people we wouldn't normally talk to.
But we are so lucky to have a teacher who still loves us even when we make those mistakes. She's always willing to give us a second shot at something.
So shout out Miss M.
And I don't know about you, Riley, but I'm very glad that we were in a class with all these people.
I know. I can't believe we made it this far.
I don't think any of us were sure about how this year would go. But as it is coming to an end, I'd say we've had an amazing year. Guys, do you remember at the beginning of the year when Miss M had us sit in a circle for Bible class? One day she asked to share about the things in our life that were hard. We were skeptical at the start, but as we all shared, it helped us learn a bunch about each other, gain new perspectives on each other, and see that we all have different stories, but offer so much to our class.
Let me tell you about our class. Every morning, I'll walk in. Emma's always there first. Miss M is drinking her morning pink drink at her desk and heavily suggesting that we do our morning work. Deandra and Brayden are always late. Maddie runs over to tell me about the weirdest dream she had last night. And Riley Hetzer tells me about the 4 hours of sleep she got. As the day progresses, Keaton interrupts class more and more with his questions, and Annika silently rolls her eyes at us while actually doing her work. And William fidgets with everything on his desk. At recess, Pablo and Brody are dunking like Michael Jordan, while Emma and Yara are walking around having conversations in Spanish. Speaking of Spanish, Branson makes class that much better with his really bad accent. Sarah is talking with everyone around her the whole day. Elise is dancing around the room and complaining about how bored she is. Every day is interesting, to say the least.
But really, guys, there's really never a dull day being in a class with you. Each of you have offered something special and a lesson that we could all learn from. Keegan taught us how to speak up and to always ask questions. Sarah taught us how to not be sorry about who we are despite what others may think. Annika taught us how to work hard and creativity will pay off in the end. Elise has taught us to be inclusive to other people no matter who they are and where they come from. Brayden has taught us that no matter what you encounter, you can do it with a smile on your face. Brody has taught us that even bad things have a good side and to joke around. Yara has taught us to work hard even when no one else is. Branson has taught us that being yourself is always better than being someone else. Riley Hetzer has taught us that people often work behind the scenes and aren't thanked, but to never stop doing what's right anyways. Emma has taught us to be bold and not to care about other people's opinions. Deandra has taught us that we need to step out of our comfort zone sometimes. Pablo has taught us to try new and scary things, like learning a new language and making new friends. Riley Johnson has taught us to be well-spoken and to have quality work, and to never be afraid to correct people on their grammar.
And Maddie has taught us to take on the craziness of the world and still balance our lives. Now that we're graduating, we can take all these life lessons into the world to make it a better place. Though we will all take separate paths of life, this chapter of our story will always be with us. Some of us will continue to have each other in our lives for a while, but some of us will never see each other again. I don't know about the rest of my classmates, but I know that I'll remember this year for a long time. Through the ups and the downs, we've helped each other survive it all. And as I stand here today, I can't help but look at everyone in the crowd and on the stage and know that I'll remember this feeling that's oddly similar to closing my favorite book and moving on to the sequel, knowing that God is writing the next books in the series as we speak.
As we leave tonight, many of us don't know what will happen next, but God does, and He will be guiding our paths to the future. Class of 2023, we're going to miss you. And being totally biased, we're probably the best 8th grade class this school has had.
We're definitely the biggest graduating class this school has seen for a while. Peace out, everyone.
Thanks, gang. Adios.
Hello, everybody. My name is William Brown. Okay, so I made a video from the past years, preschool until now. I'd like to thank all the people who enabled me to make this. This took me a while to make, actually took me a very long time. Over the years, we've had a million amazing memories and have had many classmates come and go. You'll see old and new additions, and each one has left a permanent impact on everyone. Please enjoy.
For our guest speaker, we chose our teacher, Miss M. When we picked who would be speaking at our graduation ceremony, which was only about 1/3 of the way through our school year, we knew she was the right choice. She had already been so influential and had already become very dear to us. Miss M is super supportive and is an overall really chill and awesome teacher. When I asked my class for ideas or memories of Miss M, they wanted me to include some of our reasons for picking her. I was told to tell you all about how she has a drawer full of dedicated snacks to us, which is popcorn, chocolate, and candy. Through the years, she has kept all of our spirits up with small rewards of each for our accomplishments or just on our bad days. But I do think I need to tell you a little bit about her. Miss Melton, or Miss M as we like to call her, was born and grew up in Chicago, Illinois, a place filled with struggles and diversity, which helped lead her to the path of education after God called her to it. She went to school at Andrews University and got her bachelor's degree in education and history. When COVID hit, she decided to move to Taipei, Taiwan, and spent 2 years at an American Adventist school, teaching more than 60 students 5th through 8th history and language arts. She joined NCS this school year as our 8th grade teacher. Before I ask Miss M to come up, I'd like to share one of our favorite memories with you. Toward the beginning of the school year, Miss M was teaching us our spelling words. And she always gives us an example of our spelling words. So this time, this word was abrupt. She pushed her smoothie bottle off of her desk, and it rolled across the classroom. But somehow, for reasons still unknown, the bottle cap came off, and out came a trail of purple liquid trailing across the floor. We sat there for a moment in disbelief, and then she was asking us to go get some napkins and help her clean it up before it stained. After we got it all cleaned up and we sat there laughing, it stained, unfortunately. And Em has always had to place desks over the stage so she didn't have to see it because she hated it that much. On that note, I would like to welcome up Miss Em.
Hello, everyone. The ironic thing about that stain is Mr. Matson didn't know about that till now. I wouldn't let them rehearse that because I didn't want him to know. Before I get into my speech, I am going to do something very impromptu. We actually have an 8th grader whose birthday it is, so can everyone stand up? Can everyone please sing happy birthday to Deandra really quick? Go, guys. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Deandra. Happy birthday to you. If you couldn't guess, she really didn't want me to do that, but that's okay. Good evening, everyone. So happy you're all here. Thank you so much for joining us. Hello, 8th graders. Yes, thank you, Maddie. These guys are my forever kids at heart. I don't think I will ever find a group of kids that, well, I'll probably can't claim all my future students, but these are my kids, absolutely, hands down. This is the 3rd time I've given a graduation speech, but this is actually the first time I've been able to do it without COVID knocking it online. So, first time on a stage, able to do this, and I'm so happy, which marks, guys, my favorite graduating class ever because I get to actually do this. So congrats, you are my favorites. And speaking totally impartially, I have to say this is probably the best 8th grade class that has ever existed. Just a guess. Sorry, you guys might top them 7th graders, I don't know. We'll see. So this year has gone by way too quickly. It's astounding that somehow we're already at the end. I really don't know how the time has passed. I'm truly honored to be here tonight, especially as it's been the absolute biggest privilege watching all of you grow up this year. If you haven't guessed already, it's been a year filled with tons of laughter, tons of embarrassing moments for me and them, lots of tears, and moments of strength and downright joy. From the 8th grade class of 2023, I have learned so much. There aren't many classes whose academic strength is beyond astounding, but can also maintain emotional, social, and mental and spiritual maturity, and these guys had it all. This class was able to not only get their homework done, but socialize 24/7. And you'd think that bothered me, but it didn't. I actually loved it because I'm very talkative. It was quite rare that our room was silent. I am so sorry, Mrs. Matson. I'm sure you can attest to that. This class seemed not only to understand the importance of doing well, but also enjoying life. They seemed to understand the value of a moment and how fleeting each moment can be. I've seen each of them be challenged throughout the year, either emotionally or academically, whether by debates where Keegan and William got prepared to argue as if their life depended on it, Pablo being forced to learn a new language, class meetings where Riley and Maddie had to harangue an entire class of students to somehow be quiet, Branson planning a sermon, Elise planning a class trip, 3 girls doing advanced algebra math, going on Pathfinder campouts despite having a class trip right before, or saying goodbye to Mo after such a short time being with us. Each person knew that throughout the good and the bad, they had friends at their back. Dare I say, a family. Don't get me wrong, they argue like no other. These kids complain all the time. I hear complaints about being licked, flicked, pinched, food stolen from, so much more. But to me, that's what family is. Sometimes they're people you don't like very much, but they're people who you would choose to have there for you no matter what strife life offered. This class is filled with individuals who have invaluable traits and make the world such a better place. I want to share a memory I have with each of them that really sums up this year. And I might cry, so sorry if I do, but it is what it is. Keegan. Keegan, You have had endless questions during my lessons, and you have made me more than I've learned so much teaching you, it's astounding. Truly, I cannot say thank you enough. The things you have shared, the questions you have asked have made me a better teacher. If you hadn't pushed those boundaries, I wouldn't know the things I know. So truly, truly thank you. Also, your curious brain is going to be your greatest strength in life. It really is an honor to have been your teacher. You're also an incredible friend, and the amount of push-ups that you did to lessen someone else's punishment is astounding. Or the deal-making you'd attempt to save someone else was always really awesome to see. I truly admired you for your outgoing personality, your willingness to always challenge yourself, and I will never forget the moment I let you teach life skills. Watching that joy on your face as you opened up the hood of my car and got to teach an entire class of stuff that I have no clue what he did, but I'm sure it was effective. The joy and laughter in your voice is something I will never forget, so please never stop being yourself. Pablo. Pablo, you came to our class knowing barely any English. On top of that, for anyone who doesn't know, Pablo is mostly blind. And on top of that, he had just immigrated from Bolivia. You have had it hard, Pablo. And despite all of that, you are one of the bravest people I have ever met in my life. And I think your class can agree to that. Go Pablo. Go Pablo. Yeah, go Pablo. You are also one of the happiest people I've ever met. It's a rare moment that there is not a smile on your face where the class can watch you doing the gritty down the halls as you dance your little heart out. I have loved quizzing you on geography as we bond on our car drives. But most of all, I will never forget how I used to say, Pablo, you can do your homework in Spanish. And you replied to me, no, Miss M, how am I supposed to learn English if I don't use it? Thank you for the laughter, even if you ended up with a concussion from how many times you slammed yourself into the wall on purpose. William, besides your comical laugh that always rang throughout the room, I will remember you the most for being the technology hero of the school. The amount of times I screamed at a screen because I couldn't get something to work and he clicked a button and it worked. The amount of times that Miss Hawkins in 3rd grade called William to also do the same. He has saved many a teachers and we have really appreciated it. Besides your helpful spirit, I admire your tenacity and never backing down from your beliefs. That's going to carry you very far in life. I will also never forget how I often saw you screaming as you ran away from a group of wild 3rd grade girls and boys. Never lose your joy for children or for helping others. Yara, you are one of the students who sat very quietly and never talked, or so I thought. On class trip, you showed an entirely different side of yourself. Suddenly, you were running, screaming, wrestling your phone out of my hands when I took it, and laughing 24/7. It gave me the absolute purest sense of joy. I loved watching you open up. You have such a kind and sweet facade, but I'm so happy to see that your heart of gold also has fire in it. Playing soccer with you while select strings and band were gone will always be one of my favorite memories, just because you looked so happy being a goalie, trying to help us beat the 7th and 6th graders. Thanks for always being someone I could rely on this year, and truly such a hard worker. Braden. So much of our time spent together was on Wednesdays after school when you were waiting for Pathfinders and you just happened to be in my room. But truly that was a pleasure. It allowed me to get to know you so much more and we connected more than I ever expected. I've loved getting all your homework turned in throughout the year with little drawings everywhere. To put it simply, you're an artist, and an incredibly welcoming and thoughtful personality is what I found in you. Never lose your ability to put others at ease and your artistic flair, because it sets you apart and it defines you for who you are. Elise, my dancing queen. To most observers, Elise Gendreau is a straight-laced, A+ student that is helpful, giving, gracious, and an example of Christian love. And you are absolutely right. She is all of those things. But what I loved seeing this year was your silly side. You challenged me, you joked around nonstop, and I could always tell if my lessons were boring when you started dancing. Thank you for being both playful and academic. It truly made me feel connected to you, all as a class. And also, yes, I am wearing our matching shark ring. Maddie, Miss President, you are definitely someone who has kept me laughing all year long. On class trips, sometimes so hard that I couldn't breathe. For those who know, Dairy Queen was a wild experience where Brody labeled his sister Maddie as crazy. It's quite wonderful. Anyways, you have been so strong this year, maintaining good grades, being in many extracurriculars, class president, and being baptized. I admire your ability to schedule things out and get everything done, no matter what. My favorite thing about you is when you would stay in my classroom and we'd get deep. I felt like I really got to know each of your many, many facets of your soul. Never change who you are, and remember that you are enough. You can do whatever you set your mind to. Riley, all I saw when I first met you was a girl who rolled her eyes a lot. I immediately said, oh boy, here goes a tough year. But the opposite happened. You've actually been super easy to teach. Always caring for my plants, for me in general, and being my brain all the time. You have often told the other students to do things so that I simply don't have to. It's really nice, actually. You should try it sometime. My favorite memories with you were making your very special flower lemonade on class trip, where you may have accidentally poisoned Maddie and Branson. But we'll never know for sure if that was you. Buying that cactus with googly eyes as well, and watching your bewildered but happy face. I'm proud of you for always being uniquely yourself, and for having enough attitude to scare away the people you don't want around you. Thanks for letting me into the circle that you accept, and also thanks for being the reason that me and Mrs. Matson and who knows how many other teachers' plants have survived. Sarah, you are our class sergeant at arms. And it is your job to make the class get quieter. And you do not do that at all. I can't count how many times I have had to hold up a fake TV remote and put Sarah on mute mode and quarantine mode so that she can't move and she can't talk for just a little while. Despite your talkative spirit, you are also one of the most gentle and thoughtful people. You hugging me 24/7 is a very prime example, and your nickname of calling me mother all year long, simply because I called you kid. Truly, truly, I have loved getting to know you, but my favorite memory is from our class trip. You lost your phone in the ocean on the very first day. Our whole class spent hours looking for it. We were so sad. It was nowhere to be found. We didn't know what to do. And though you were deeply sad and emotional, you did not let that ruin your class experience. Instead, you chose to smile and joke and have a good time, because this is what memories are for, having a good time. This goes to show your fortitude and strength, which I hope you always maintain no matter how hard life gets. Riley, my queen of the art of glaring. You have enough attitude to surpass this entire stage. It's your attitude that gave me pure and utter joy, though. I loved all the times you'd slam your papers on my desk. You'd correct all my typos on my worksheets. You'd look at me like I was a crazy person when I'd scream. Throughout it all, you made me smile. However, you have a super gentle side, too. I can remember all the times that you would stay in at recess just to decompress, and we'd get to talk about life. It was a pleasure to see how you see the world, and your genius is remarkable. Though you'll always be one of the smartest people in the room, remember to sit back and enjoy the fact that you don't have to be perfect. You don't need to be number one. You can just push yourself a little bit. As the class mentioned earlier, I do have a stash of candy hidden in my room. It's very useful. And Riley, you definitely made the biggest dent in my chocolate stash. Yeah, that's your girl, Rachel. Always stay sarcastic and imperfect. It's what makes you God's perfect creation. Emma, I've said it a million times, but I'm gonna say it again. You were my brain this year. I can't count the amount of times I absolutely forgot to get the hot lunch orders done, and Emma had to remind me every single day of the entire year. But throughout it all, Emma, I really, really appreciated you because you were the first student that I met when I arrived in Washington. You met me at the airport, you helped me decorate my classroom, you gave me all the details on what to expect about all of these guys, so I knew the 411 early. I can truly say thank you for welcoming me into your heart. I have loved our morning class chats when you and Nicole would come into my classroom at 7:30 a.m. and you'd stress about the memory verse you have coming up in 5 days, and Nicole would ask what the word of the day meant. You are so giving, so open and accepting to others, and above all, you are loud, which I have enjoyed so much because I'm loud too. Thanks for all that you do and for letting me be such a part of your life. Deandra, when we first met, you were quiet and shy. But it wasn't long before you were admitting that Emma helped you break into my classroom over the weekend. So, thank you for being someone who truly has transformed. Not only have I watched you grow in academics, but also in expanding your social area. Suddenly, Deandra's not quiet, she's a firecracker, and I can't get her to be quiet anymore. I have loved watching this burst of personality in you, and your acceptance of all the challenges I've thrown at you along the way. Thank you for always being kind and willing to share your thoughts, even when it meant you hated Lexia and IXL. But more so, thanks for being willing to push yourself. Internal motivation will be your greatest area of success. I'll miss all your doodles on your pages, Rue. Brody, or Brote, as he's proclaimed himself all year long. You joined our class in October, and I wasn't sure how that would shift our dynamics. You met me as I was in a wheelchair because of my broken foot, but you didn't even seem to care. You just accepted that I was a cripple, and that's fine. You joining this class has turned us into a family. You're a natural storyteller, a class clown for sure, and above all, you make others feel good about themselves. Though you failed your New Year's resolution of listening to me better, you definitely succeeded at making good relationships and memories. My favorite memory with you this year is complex. We've had a ton. Yeah, there was jerky in a car and and all kinds of other stuff. But my favorite memory of you, Brody, is when you skipped band class because you broke your instrument, and I told you to tell your mom that it was broken, and you kept forgetting for 3, 4, 5 weeks. But you ended up in my room so often. And at this one day, I said, Brody, you need to tell your mom. Gah! And you just smiled and said, Miss Seb, that's cool, bro. Now we get to hang out. I rolled my eyes, but it made me appreciate how you don't take life too seriously, and you can just enjoy the simple moments. Maybe you could change the listening aspect, but don't change the humor. It's pure gold. Annika, when I first met you at Fast Pass Days, you were silent. You went over to the bookshelf, you scanned all the books, and that's where your mind went immediately. And I was like, I have a fellow bookworm. Yes. I have seen a lot of you and myself this year, just in your drive for academics and reading. But you have something I never had. You have a pure fascination and joy with learning. I always knew that what I was teaching was very boring by just looking at your face. When I was good, your face lit up and sparkled. But when I was bad, you just looked at me like, To most people, that might sound rude, but to me, it was a gift. I knew when to pivot a lesson and adjust it, or when the class needed a break from academics and needed a recess or candy from the stash. I have watched you grow so much this year. One of my proudest moments is when you decided to run for a class officer position. You really did not want to do that speech. But you did so, and you won that position. Seeing that smile on your face when you realized you won made teaching well worth it. Thanks for always being my academic guide for how my lessons go. But more so, thanks for challenging other students and myself to do better with our own work ethic. You're really impressive. Branson, last but certainly not least, sir, you are a ray of sunshine. Look at that smile, guys. To see your joy brightens others, and it's truly, truly blissful for everyone. I cannot count the number of calories that you inhaled as a result of your popularity in this school. He would get birthday treats from just about every student in the entire school. How many of you were jealous of how much food he got this year? I have dubbed you my hungry hippo recently because not only are you a growing boy and ask me for snacks 24/7, but he also steals them from others, everybody. Seriously though, I have been very proud of you this year. Watching you be our class pastor and working with me on that sermon we did for church will always be a highlight of my life. You really are such a well-rounded kid. I love how friendly you are to everyone. I don't have a favorite memory with you, if I'm being very honest. I loved just every moment, watching the light of God shine through you. They were all great. Thanks for all the laughs you gave every one of your classmates through the random outbursts, your juggling, your stealing food, dancing, and so much more. Never change your spontaneity and happy personality. To the whole class, I can say I will never forget any of you. You have made a permanent and indelible impression on me, a stamp on my soul forever. Thank you for the memories of Lava Monster, all of our Friday selfies, our amazing class trip, rolling me around in a wheelchair when I'm broken, and your good attitudes for this entire year. You embraced me as a new teacher, even though I was brand new, and I will never forget your welcoming spirits and kindness. I will be so sad to watch you leave these halls, but also incredibly proud of who you've all become and the legacy you have left behind for NCS. Each of you has been given amazing God-given talents and gifts, making you exactly who you are today. Maybe these things are things that you don't love about yourself, but I can tell you that each of you has been fearfully and wonderfully made by God. This means that no matter what is wrong in your life and your mind, and where you may fail and falter, God is always there to love you, because He made you for a reason. We may not always know our purpose, but He has a plan. Back when I was in 8th grade, I remember being scared. What comes next? Mostly because high school seems threatening. There are extra papers, harder classes, less or no recess. Oh no! But above all, it was the reality that everything was changing. It was going to be different, and that stressed me out the most. I remember feeling overwhelmed and wondering how I was going to handle it. On top of that, I was saying goodbye to classmates and teachers that I had spent many years with, because I had been at the same school for years, as many of you have, and the thought of that knocked me over. To say this was overwhelming was an understatement. I knew my future was going to be good, but I was also scared. The answer to how you handle this is by taking it one step at a time. Rely on your friends, your family, and your teachers to help you get through the hard times. Some of you have been here many years, others just a short time. But regardless, I know our class and this school has been a place of safety and comfort. While it's going to be hard to leave, it's also time to fly the nest. Somehow, I have a feeling that many of you are going to stay connected, especially because you're almost all going to Auburn, and you will maintain those friendships. More than that, you're going to have a very bright future, filled with joy and memories ahead. Each of you is amazing. You have made my first year here in Washington a joy. Despite all the chaos of my brokenness, all my accidents, and the disasters on the daily, you guys have been my one sustainable. I don't think I could have survived this year without this amazing set of students and parents. Thank you. From the deepest wells of my soul, I really, really, truly appreciate you. I know for the fact that the 8th graders on this stage will go on and shine brightly and become amazingly successful people. You all have a fire in your heart which shows that you will never give up, and you will always fight to have the future you dream of. I hope that in life, you never forget that people believe in you, and that God has a plan for you, as it says in Jeremiah 29:11. Everyone in this room wants the very best for you. I challenge you to go on, move mountains with your hard work, leave behind an impactful legacy, and never stop striving to become the very best versions of yourself. But above all, please stay connected to each other. And me, I'd appreciate that. You guys are stronger together than you are alone. Oh, if that made it sound like I was ending, just give me 1 second. 8th graders, I absolutely will not let you graduate unless you can answer one very important question. What is a predicate? They finally know. It's accepted. It is a predicate. A predicate is? A verb. verb or a verb phrase. That has taken us all year to learn, everybody. Never forget your time at NCS. We will never forget you. Congratulations, class of 2023. We will be praying for you and wishing you all the very best.
Okay, it is now time to say our special thanks to those who have helped contribute to making our time at NCS more enjoyable. Mr. Painter, thank you for doing the AV booth tonight and helping us with all our practices. Mrs. Lux, thank you for teaching us Lego robotics. You taught us how to learn from trial and error, as well as using our brain to solve problems. Pastor Jason and Pastor Ryan, thank you for teaching us more about God and giving us an opportunity to participate in the church. Mrs. Dawson and Mrs. Miller, thank you for helping us organize our money and other needs. Mrs. Matson, you helped us learn Spanish and were a great 7th grade teacher. Mr. Ron Jacobin, you baked us fresh homemade cookies and taught us awesome magic tricks, even though you're a busy guy. Thank you. Past teachers, thank you for all of the things you've taught us and the influence you've made on our lives. To all of those who have donated to our class, thank you so much. And a special thanks to all of the Pizza Friday drivers. Parents, you are awesome. Mrs. Stephanie, for helping us out, Thank you, Mrs. Stephanie, for helping us out with all the Pizza Day Fridays and organizing all of the Italian soda fundraisers, ensuring we had sign-ups for all the fundraisers and organizing class photos. You have been our classroom mom, and we are thankful for everything you do. Mr. and Mrs. Paulson, thank you so much for helping us and joining us on our class trip. We had so much fun having you with us, and I hope you had fun as well. Mr. Paulson, thank you for always supplying the candy and the jokes. And Mrs. Paulson, thanks for all the hugs and activities you did with us. Mr. Ben, thank you for being a chaperone and driving us to a whole lot of our field trips and eventually a class trip. Also for being super handy to teach us to fix things whenever we needed. Without you, I don't think we could have gone anywhere.
Okay, we would like to ask Ben and Debbie and Stephanie Hetzer to come forward. You truly can't earn money without a lot of help, but these 3 people have really truly contributed in so many ways, especially with class trip and Stephanie with fundraisers in general. Stephanie and Debbie even organized the majority of this graduation. The 8th graders have appreciated all you've done for them, and I certainly have too. So here's a small appreciation from us to you. Debbie, Ben, Stephanie, please come forward.
Miss M, you're awesome, and you're one of my favorite teachers I've ever had. And would you agree, class? Yeah. As a class, we want to present these gifts baskets to you because you're the best teacher, right, class? Yeah. We hope you have a great class next year and don't break a leg. Just kidding, you already did. Anyways, we love you, Miss M. So have a great year next year.
Hello, everyone. I am Elise Genro, and I am here to present this year's 8th grade class gift. As we graduate from the school, we hope to leave a legacy behind for everyone to enjoy. This year, the class of 2023 is donating towards an automatic gate for the school. Gates open, and they close. This really cool gate will be automated to open and close. This will allow for smoother and faster dismissals in the morning and afternoons. The gates will be able to open on time no matter if teachers are busy, have a day off, or dealing with rowdy kids. We hope this donation will benefit our school and future generations. We are excited to leave this lasting gift for everyone to enjoy. And thank you to whoever has been opening the gates prior to this. We hope this lightens your load.
Well, that was a surprise. I can't believe you have the contraption right here under the table. I honestly didn't know that. Here's what I appreciate about this is every class gives a gift, and we always appreciate it. This class came and said, we want to give you something that is practical, something that will lighten the load, and something that we can afford. See, a lot of classes will give $400 or $500 of their raised money to a project that costs tens of thousands of dollars, like a gym floor, and that's great, that's wonderful, but they wanted to make an immediate impact. And they certainly did, because the contraption is really right here under the table. I'm still a little shocked, guys. That's really... I only approved this like 2 days ago. I don't know where... Did you guys run out and buy it at Lowe's or something? But this class, you've learned a lot about them tonight. They are amazing. They're special. And even down to their class gift and the detail they put into being very intentional about making an impact. Thank you guys so very much.
So this is the time that we get to present a little bit of money. So it's an honor to be able to present the Joe Sens Award. You can see there's a lot of names up here that have been presented to in the past, and room for several others. The Joe Sens Award is a collection that's taken up by the school board throughout the year. And I want to say I think the majority of it was collected digitally this year. It's usually a basket passed around, but nobody's carrying cash anymore. So it's always an honor to see how these kids grow up. I see some of our recipients from years past from the Joe Sens Award, but it's always neat to see them grow up and become leaders in our community, leaders at Auburn Academy, and we're just really excited about what the school is doing. So this year we have 2 recipients of the Joe Sens Award. And I'll flip this one around. The first one to Rolando Pazzi. Rolando, come on up. And the second award goes to Tessa Johnston.
Good evening, class. When a random guy shows up with papers, that's usually a good thing. Okay? So I'm here on behalf of Auburn Academy, and looking at this class, I think next year's freshman class is going to be outstanding. So I'd love to have you guys all join us there. It's a journey, starting off as pre-K all the way up through 8th grade and moving on to high school. So I would like to help some of you with that transition going on to high school. We asked Mr. Mattson and the teachers for some information about you students. We were looking at citizenship, leadership, academics, and once we had all that information, they gave us 3 names. I'm like, no, 1. And they're like, no, 3. So we're going with 3 tonight. So I would like to offer scholarships, $750 to Auburn Academy for next year. The first scholarship will be to Elise Gentrow. The second scholarship, Riley Johnson. And a scholarship for Annika Smith. we said, no, is there anybody else who needs special recognition? Is there anybody who you can think of that just maybe needs, that little extra? And they said, oh, yes, we've got that name. So, Pablo, I would like to offer you a scholarship for $750.
The time has come. The class of 2023 has waited a long time. Even tonight, we are over an hour into this, and you are still in 8th grade. But we're going to take care of that right now. We are going to confer the diplomas, and as you take this into your hands and you walk back to your seat, you'll know that you have walked through that door and you have become freshmen in high school.
Parents, quick announcement for you. We're going to do one row at a time. If you'd like to come to the center aisle to get a picture, you are more than welcome. We know you need pictures of your kids. Okay, first row, please rise. Keegan Marvin Ackerman. Pablo Ignacio Avilés. William Jack Brown. Yera Adriadne Cobon Mazariegos. Braden Frederick Ellis. First row, please sit. Second row, please rise. Elise Teresa Gendreau. Madison Presley Hansen. Riley Brooke Hetzer. Sarah Jane Mejia Hohen. Riley Jane Johnson. Emma Lisette Matson. Deandra Taraji McClear. Brody Paul Ravel. He's never hugged me. Anyways, Annika Riley Smith. And last but not least, Branson Conley Smith. Oh, yeah. Second row, you may sit.
Can we have a big round of applause for the graduating class of 2023? And a big round of applause for the high school senior class of 27.
Okay, I would like you guys to clap every time I stutter, which is probably going to be a lot. Okay. Good evening, everyone, but especially the 7th graders. Here in my hand is a pizza box, but not just any pizza box. It's actually 20 generations of Stretchful Fridays, 20 generations of 8th graders working to pay for their class trip, and at the same time bringing school to the whole, bring food to the whole school. It's their tradition, exhaustion, and joy combined. We worked hard this year, and we hope you work hard too. Joseph Capote Garcia, please come up. And now it's your turn. We challenge you to keep the tradition and help your class succeed. Don't mess this up.
Thank you, Kia, for this challenge. For that challenge. Our 7th grade class of SEBs, we hope to continue that tradition and be half as good as leader as you. Congratulations, high schoolers.
All right, class of 23, now that you're all in high school, you've got diplomas in hands, I would like to introduce to you 7th graders. Stand up and welcome to 8th grade, class of 2024.
Hey guys, let's pray. Dear God, please help our class as we go into the next step of our lives, and please help us to cherish the time we have had here at NCS, and help us to have a really good time in high school. Please bless us as we leave and go our separate ways. Amen.
Please join us for refreshments next door. The photo booth is there and all of the trifolds. You got to check them out before you go. Thanks for coming, guys.